Hello, everybody. This is week one, session two of summer of 2026 for Foundations to Bridge. So we're going to just welcome folks and jump right in. Hey, Charan, welcome to our session.
Hi, Mr. Kevin.
How you doing?
I'm good, Mr. Kevin. How are you?
Pretty good. Hey, quick question there. I noticed you did quite a bit of work on the vocabulary there, but where did you get those words? I'm kind of curious.
Oh, well, I noticed that you the last slide you had like you said for segregation. I was I was trying to wonder um
Segregation?
like the last slide there was a slide there was a slide already done.
Terms, okay?
Recording in progress.
I want you to really know those terms and I want you to think through those terms all the time in your brain. In fact, if you want to put each of the words on a flashcard, that's fine. But if you're, and you should be, I realize you're doing this electronically. So if there's a way to keep the words in the forefront of your mind, you could even put them on flashcards. Not the whole definition. Don't worry about that. Just put the words down. Okay. If you're unsure, look at the list of 48 literary terms, right? You have the 48 terms that you printed out, and then look at your list, look at your notes, be very organized. Okay. Um, Part of your homework, I think, should be I shouldn't have made this mandatory, but have a 5 section notebook. Okay, week one, session two, foundations to bridge. Okay, today's date, 6/10. Okay. Yeah, to have those 5 sections of your notebook. So I will put that down as homework just to try to put that together. And this will be your companion. Hey, also, Ariva, I see you kind of going into a lot of screens like that. Um, so that
No,
reminded me,
I'm just changing my name.
okay, no worries. What I want you guys to understand here, and we went through this last time, 100% attention on each other and the session and the concepts. Um, and and like forget this. I have to keep this with me because I'm looking at the time and I don't see the time on my screen, so I have to look at my clock. But that's the only reason why. Otherwise, I put it in the other room. Okay, 100% focused right here. You're gonna go into a breakout room today just to get used to it. I know that's gonna be kind of like, oh gosh, this weird. But we are going to adopt each other's thinking as much as possible and share how we interact with the text. And then I encourage you guys to keep a notebook, right? So read, you're going to need paper and pen in front of you. Okay. You're going to track, you're going to take notes when needed. And when we're writing things down and other people say things that improve your thinking or challenge your thinking, feel free to write that down. Okay. All right. And you guys have valuable things to offer, but sometimes that in a particular moment, one of us might shine in particular, right? Okay, so we're gonna go here. All right. Do you guys like horses? Hopefully you do. Today's agenda, reconnect with the text, discuss deeper meaning, learn 2 new literary concepts, and do a little bit of writing and revision. Just a little touch here. Very different than the last tutoring. This one is more touch and go, more like, what is the thinking I need? What does good thinking look like, right? What does good discussion look like? How do I participate in that? How do I make the text mine, right? Share and reflect. Okay, let's go ahead and reread. We're going to ask ourselves, let me jump ahead here. Everybody repeat after me. 4 magic questions are, say that.
4 magic questions are.
Yeah. And guess what? I trust you guys. If you want to mute yourself, that's okay for right now. But I want you to say it. What does it say? Repeat that. What does it not say? Repeat. How does it say it? Repeat that. Okay. We're not going to really look at what does it mean right now, okay? We have to move beyond summary and look beneath the surface. And what helps us with that is the vocabulary terms, because that's how we think through the text. Okay. Um, so theme is a lesson. Actually, let me find this for you. What is a theme? Now, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because you guys are going to primarily spend time in the homework to get to know these words. A theme is a central message or idea about life, people, or society. It develops through a story's characters, conflicts, and events. Unlike a topic, which is simply a subject, a theme expresses what the author's saying about that subject. Okay. And the other term is, let's get imagery. Okay, imagery is not just what you see. Imagery is the use of vivid details that appeal to the senses. It can help readers see, hear, feel, taste, or smell what is happening. Imagery is not only decoration, it can create mood, reveal contrast, and support theme. All right, let's read my name. Then we're gonna work with some questions, and I'm gonna be asking you guys about what does Esperanza want? What does she fear? What does her name symbolize? Okay, so theme and imagery we're gonna use today. Um, now, what is she like? That's characterization. Connotation. Can anybody tell me what connotation means? What's the definition? Is it a dictionary definition? When I say the word home, what is the connotation of home? Anybody?
Does it like mean like the same meaning as home, or is it like
That's a
It's like
synonym.
positive and negative connotation, right?
Yes, the feelings you get, the associations of the word. So, connotation for the word home is not a building with a foundation and a roof and a door and windows. Home is a place where you feel welcome. Okay. All right. We're looking at the word name. Everybody write that down. So you can put today's date. Today's date is 6/10/26. The first note you want to write down. And actually, yeah, the word name. Let's look at the connotation of name while we're reading. Okay. Then we're going to discuss this and do some sort of writing. Okay. In English, my name means hope. In Spanish, it means too many letters. It means sadness. It means waiting. It is like the number 9, a muddy color. It is the Mexican records my father plays on Sunday mornings when he is shaving, songs like sobbing. By the way, this is a metaphor, Metaphor. A metaphor is when you call something what it means, right? Um, or what it symbolizes. Like you can say, he is a rock. He's not physically a rock. We're using connotation here, right? Why do we say he is a rock? What does a rock represent? That's what we mean by connotation. A rock represents stability, strength. Okay. Her name, she's giving you a a series of metaphors about her name. My name means hope. In Spanish, it means too many letters. Okay. I'm down to the second paragraph. It was my great grandmother's name, and now it is mine. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. She was a horsewoman too, born like me in the Chinese year of the horse, which is supposed to be bad luck if you're born female. But I think this is a Chinese lie because the Chinese, like the Mexicans, don't like their women strong. Okay, remember we said she's talking about identity here. So you should be thinking to yourself, her name is much more than a label. Let's keep reading. My great grandmother, I would have liked to have known her a wild horse of a woman, so wild she wouldn't marry, until my great grandfather threw a sack over her head and carried her off, just like that, as if she were a fancy chandelier. That's the way he did it. And the story goes she never forgave him. She looked out the window her whole life, the way so many women sit their sadness on an elbow. I wonder if she made the best with what she got, or was she sorry because she couldn't be all the things she wanted to be? Esperanza, I've inherited her name, but I don't want to inherit her place by the window. Now, um, what does she want, right? We have to kind of think about that. And what does her name symbolize? Okay. We said it's a metaphor. Um, and when you talk about what something means beyond just a label, you're using connotation, right? At school, they say my name funny as if the syllables were made out of tin and hurt the roof of your mouth. But in Spanish, my name is made out of a softer something, like silver, not quite as thick as sister's name, Magdalena, which is uglier than mine. Magdalena, who at least can come home and become Nenny, but I'm always Esperanza. Give me a second here. At school, they say my name funny as if the syllables were made out of tin and hurt the roof of your mouth. Okay. I'm in the middle of a class right now. Can I call you back? How late are you open? 5? Okay, I'll call you before then. Thanks. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Okay. Now, I'm always Esperanza would like to baptize myself under a new name, a name more like the real me, the one nobody sees. Esperanza is Lysandra or Maritza or Zeza the X. Yes, something like Zeza the X will do. Okay. Let me ask you guys to write down in your journal a one sentence answer. Let's go for a minute, just a quick minute. Um, the question is, what does she want? What does Esperanza want? Now, here's the thing to remember. You're not going to find the answer in front of you. You have to come up with the answer from what you know, what she's telling you. So we're making an inference. We're looking at what does it not say, right? So just in a quick minute, we'll share this. What does she want? All right, go ahead and write that down in your notebook. 20 seconds. All right, 5 seconds. Hey, what I'd like us to do, um, I'd like you to, well, before we share, I want you to use one of our vocabulary words, characterization or connotation, and I need to give you some more time to write. And what I want you to do, let me model this for you guys in the chat, okay? Because I want us to take this a step further. And so I'm going to put here, Esperanza wants to be free of the history behind her name. She doesn't want to inherit her man. Okay, this was my answer to the first question, but what I'd like you to do um, is use one of our words. And so what you can say here, this characterization, this desire of hers to be free is one element of helps us to know her better. Okay, that's what I like you to do. I've just added a thought to what I wrote, and I'm using the word characterization. So I'm connecting what I just said to her. Remember, I asked you, what does she want, right? Characterization is not just what character looks like, how they talk, how others talk about them. Isn't it their desires? Yes? Yes, you're shaking your head. So, what we're doing here, we're analyzing literature. We're showing evidence from the text. I did that in the first chat right there. You see that? Okay. If you use the word connotation, for example, you're probably wondering, how would I do that, right? You can say, in, okay, um, Esperanza wants a different name, right? Maybe that's what you said, right? And what you can say is this passage connotes, um, wait, her name that she wants to change connotes an identity she wants to change, right? Or her name, the meaning of her name is her identity. And that is an example of connotation. See what I did right there? So I'm trying to connect these two thoughts, okay? So um, go ahead and add that into your journal. So here are the four words we can use. Your choice. Characterization, connotation, imagery, or theme. If you want another model of this, go ahead and look in the chat. I've given you a brand new one.
Do you also have to write like the four words on like the FAIR model to like characterization, connotation, imagery, and theme?
Just one of those. Just pick one of those and explain how one of those is used in this passage.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
And it should try to go along with the first thing you wrote about, which is what does she want? Right? Oh, yeah, I'll give you an extra minute here. So I didn't even time you. All right, you have a minute. Okay. All right. What I'd like us to do then, and I'm just experimenting with this. I've done this before, but um, I'm going to ask you guys to go into a breakout room, okay? And what you're going to simply do is just read everything you wrote. Just don't add to it, just read it. And then as the person listening, I want you to um, ask the writer to clarify anything, to answer a question like, what did you mean by that? It could even be like, do you think that she would um, literally legally change her name if she could? That maybe that's a question that you might ask, right? So number one, ask them a question, or you can add your own thought, and you can say, I notice that you said that she's trying to escape Mexican culture, right? Maybe that's the question you ask. Like you can ask, how do you know that? What examples from the text? I want you to challenge each other, if that makes sense, right? So just be yourself. Just if you totally understood what they said, try to make it better by saying, what example can you give, right? So either a question or challenge them to give you an example or tell you what word did they go off of from the text. Would it help if I put the document in the chat, or do you guys have it all up already on your computers?
Could you put it in the chat? And I'm not in the Google Classroom.
Okay, yeah, you need to accept that invite. So let me do this. You're still going to be stuck because you're going to have to find this, even if I copy this to you. So, Ari, pay attention. I'm going to show you my screen right now.
Yeah.
When you go to the Google Classroom, which will look like this, you're going to go down to our week, which is right here. I know this is hard to see. Week 1, right? And you're going to look for my name. I don't know what happened. I think things moved accidentally. Okay. Let me move this down here. Okay. Okay, you guys got that? So my name right there, just pull it up and then press it open, okay? Because even when I copy it right now,
Okay.
it's not really going to it's not going to come up like you see it right now. You're going to have to find it, okay? All right, let me put that in the chat. Um, hello chat. Hello. Okay. And we're going to spend like a couple minutes, maybe 3 minutes in the breakout
Mr.
room.
Kevin,
Yeah.
I have to
Yes.
leave 5 minutes early because I have practice.
Sounds good. Do me a favor. Um, you need to check WhatsApp or check with your mom um
Yeah.
for the homework. Okay. You got a little
Okay.
bit of catching up to do.
Yeah.
And then anything new that I've added. Okay, sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys into the breakout rooms now. So, Alina, you'll be with Ariv if that's okay. Charon, you'll be with me. I just kind of did that semi-randomly, I guess. I was just trying to do it real quickly. All right. So open all rooms. Go ahead and join the room, and we'll check back.
It says classroom not found.
Classroom not found. You're gonna have to accept the invite. So
Is it on Gmail?
yeah, it's usually in Gmail. So let's go to the stream right now. Let's go to stream.
Okay, I'm joining it.
Okay, fine. Great. Super, super. Okay. Okay, again, ask a question or um add to the thinking. You say, I think blah 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 blah. And excuse me. Okay, let's open all rooms. Oh, okay. How did we end up in the same room? That's cool. It's just that I'm just confused. Let me see here. Let me do something real fast. Leave breakout room. Okay, that
Oh, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
you.
I'm muted. I'm gonna share my screen so we can see this.
All right,
If you want to look at my screen, you can.
all right,
Okay.
all right.
So I'm gonna share what I wrote, and I want you to kind of like, say something you notice or you wonder. Okay, so what I wrote down, it was in the other chat actually. So let me
It's
see here.
fine. It's all good. It's all good.
Um, yeah, her desire to escape okay. Esperanza wants to be free of the history behind her name. She doesn't want to inherit her grandmother's place by the window. Okay. And the second thing is this desire to escape from Mexican culture surrounding romance is a theme running throughout the passage. Okay, so what do you notice or what kind of question do you have here? Like, what are your thoughts about these two bits of information I shared?
Well, I have a question personally for you. Like, do you think like after like all the circumstances about Esperanza's name, do you think like Esperanza will like do something about like, do you think she'll like protest her mother about changing her name, or like, do you think like she'll give up on Mexican heritage?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. That's a good question. I'm not going to try to answer. Well, I could answer it like that. So we could, what I would do here is I could turn that into a statement, right? I could make a third sentence that says, Um, okay, her desire to escape from Mexican culture surrounding romance is a theme running throughout the passage, right? And then
Yes.
I could follow it up and I could take what you said and turn it into a statement. I can say, um, because, notice I'm putting a transition here, because she is so unhappy with the way her grandfather married her grandmother. You see what I did there? I added
Yeah.
some actual, um, I would bet, or I believe, she would probably petition her mother to probably not petition her mother to change her name because it's more important to her that she not repeat her grandmother's history,
Right. Yeah.
right? So it's to me it's much more than just a name. It's the history behind the name. Will you repeat the same mistakes in your lifetime when you grow up, Esperanza? All right. So this is really good. Good discussion here. So what did you actually go ahead and share your two statements and just
All
read
right.
them.
Well, I said, like, for your question, what does Esperanza want? I said Esperanza wants in the story not to be in, well, it was kind of like the same, kind of the
No,
same,
just read it. Yeah, just read
but
it.
like Esperanza wants in the story not to be in the shadow of her great grandmother's history, but to like be free and like and I said to be in her own self. And then I said then the characterization for Esperanza is that like she needs to find she finds like her name history and to be
What
like
about that? She
um,
finds her name history.
like she finds her name history to be disturbing and wants to be free from her history name which says that which builds like characterization for her character to be like what is she gonna do and like is she going to and then I kind of like uh moved on and then lastly wrote that what is she gonna do about it and is she going to like is she going to say something about her name, stuff like that.
Okay, let me go back. Read the part where you made two sentences. She finds her name history to be. Go ahead and say that slowly, and I'll type it. See, you can see me typing.
Mhm. She finds her name history to be disturbing and she wants to be free from her history's name.
Her history's name or her name's history?
Her history's name.
Which builds characterization.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. We're going to leave this chat. Oh, so the question I have for you, you know what I would do? Um, I would probably say her wanting to be free builds characterization. Um, okay, I think I know what you mean. What you can name it, you can say her desire to be free is an important. Yeah, I'm with you. Free builds the characterization of Esperanza as someone who wants freedom. Okay. All right. Let's just leave the chat. I mean, let's leave the room.
All right. All right, I'll leave now. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you again.
Sure. I'll see you in the other room.
Mhm.
Have you guys been? Are you just kind of waiting
Good.
for us? Are you
Yeah,
just
we finished.
okay? You can leave the breakout room and we'll join together and just
Okay.
kind of debrief on everything.
Mr. Kevin, you're mute.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know why it does that automatically. We're gonna look in the chat. So Charon and I we're talking about this for a second. So Arif, go ahead and watch what we're doing here. So what I had said kind of disappeared, I guess. Oh yeah, this is what Charon said. By the way, he asked a great question. Do you think Esperanza would petition her mother to change her name? That's the question he asked me. What I said in return was, and I could have written this down, right? So watch what I'm doing here. Um, I believe that Esperanza, if given the opportunity to change her name, would not do so. Okay. Can anybody, okay, you guys all see what I typed into the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Now remember, before we went to the breakout room, didn't we have some of my other sentences up here? Right. Oh, so what I started off saying, and it's hard to see now. I don't know what's happened with chat. It's being kind of funky.
Mr.
Yeah, it
Kevin.
doesn't want. Yes, sir.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Can you what?
Go to the bathroom.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Esper wants to be free of the history behind her name. She doesn't want to inherit her mother's place by the window. This desire of hers to be free is one element of characterization that helps us to know her better. Okay, that's what I wrote. Charon asked me a question. So, you know what I did with this question? I turned it into my third sentence. I turned it into my third sentence. So he asks me, um, do you think Esperanza would petition her mother to change her name? And so what I wrote was, I believe that Esperanza, if given the opportunity to change her name, would not do so. Now I'm going to make a fourth sentence here, sentence number four. And I'm just building my thoughts here, right? It's not like I'm trying to write an essay here. I'm just trying to interact with my partner here, Charon, right? To make my thinking more clear, right? So I can say, I want to add an explanation why. This is because what is being connoted here in my name is not what your name, what your label is, but the history behind that name.
I'm back.
She would, okay, thank you. She would rather make sure she doesn't fall for the same mistakes as her grandmother. Okay. Quick question. Um, okay, you saw type a one in the chat if you kind of see what I did. Does it make sense what I did? Um, okay, now here's a brave question. What did I actually do in this last sentence? Now, there's a lot of different answers you can say. There's not one right answer. So I want you to say it out loud. Let's just go around. What did I do there? Well, let's go alphabetically. So let's go, Alina. Sorry. Next time we'll go out reverse alphabetical. You can say, I mean, something like I explained further about my reasoning. You can say I used blah, blah, blah. So just some hints there. So we have some literary terms, right? That we learned, four of them between last Monday and today, right? Yeah, Lena, we'll come back to you. So Charan, or Arif, rather, what did I do here in this last
Uh,
sentence?
you expl you like said that. Wait, one second. You kind of hoped that she would be like different, and she like wouldn't make the same mistakes as her grandmother and be like something different.
Yeah, sure. Anybody else?
I got you, Mr. Kevin.
Yeah,
For like the last sentence, I think like well, what I noticed is like you like use like one of the four um like words you use.
literary terms.
Literary
Literary terms.
literary terms,
That's it.
and like you also like further in detail explained like what Esperanza like thought of her name too. But just like the most like thing that just stand out that caught me was the literary details that were like in like the last sentence.
Great. Yeah, wonderful. You know what I'd like each of us to do now? Excuse me. Let's take 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and in the chat, actually, in fact, let's do better than that. Let's go to the shared document, okay? So you're going to go to the open session document and let me share. This document right here, I want you to type everything that you wrote in your binder or in your notebook, and I want you to add to it anything. I want you to spend, well, I'll give you plenty of time, but I want you to look at the story and I want you to just write down whatever you wrote and maybe add to it or fix something. But I want you to be able to show that you revised what you have. You saw that I revised what I had by adding to it. And I added it could have been just an explanation. That's it. That's all I needed to do, right? Or you could add like a sentence explaining one of the literary terms as well. So let me go ahead and share that with you. So, Ariv, if you're unsure
Yeah.
where to find it, it's going to be in the chat.
Okay.
So let's give you about 4 minutes. If you need longer, that's okay too, because this is one of those things where maybe we just need to relax and spend some
Mr.
time.
Kevin,
Yeah.
I need to get
Yes.
ready now.
Um, okay. Is this going to be a thing that's each Wednesday, each Monday as well?
No.
Okay. I'm just wanting to know so I can prepare ahead of time for you. Okay. All right. So go ahead and check WhatsApp for the homework
Okay.
that I'll post.
Just this
Oh,
week, and then it'll be in the
yeah.
morning.
Okay. But here's the other thing, Arif.
Yeah.
You get in the habit of going to Google Classroom and looking for the week,
Okay.
current week, and then it'll say homework.
Okay.
In fact, is this the right one? Let me double check. Yeah, and it'll say 3:30, which is I know it's not 3:30 in Atlanta, but it's 6:30 there, but it's this first group here. So
Okay.
always look down here It'll say session two because yesterday was Monday was session one. So pay attention to these particular
Okay.
designations here. Okay. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Um, all right. I'm going to give you guys time. Alina or Charan, do you have any questions with this?
So like just to
Are the
be clear,
instructions clear? Yeah.
yeah, just to be clear, like to write on, I mean, what we're writing on our name, and do we have to write like what we wrote on our notebooks or
Okay. This is probably going to help you better. Remember the question. What does Esperanza want?
yeah.
You wrote the answer to that already, right?
Hmm.
Added to it. So now just add a little bit more. If you want to add some, just make it. I guess it sounds kind of vague, but just improve what you wrote. You can either fix it or you can add to it. If you feel like what you wrote is really good, you have enough examples. So I'm looking for specific writing. I'm looking for evidence from the text. I'm looking that your thoughts are making sense, like you're making one thought and it makes sense with the next thought. But really, the focus is what does Esperanza want?
Right.
Any way you can improve upon answering that question is game. Alina, does that make sense the way I'm explaining it? Okay, let's write for 4 minutes. So you'll want to have the story in front of you and go ahead and type right there in the shared folder, the shared open session document. Okay, I'll pause the recording. Okay, let me check in with you guys right now for a second. I'll plug. You know what we should do right now is um it is 6:10:26. Is it? Okay. Let me ask you guys to share with me. Let's get let's stop our writing for a second. So, what what was useful today? Or what would you like if you had more time? What would you like to do with what you're working on? Or you could
Okay.
just describe what you're working on, like what you like about it, how you feel it's helping you.
I feel like it's helping me like understand like the character more and more. Like this like past week that I'm learning more about Esperanza, even though like the first day I already read the story, but it's like when we go like when we go like more deeper in the story, it's like also we're going more deeper in the character. That's what's like I really like about it. And like if we had more time, we can like do like more writing and stuff like that, but it is what it is. But I really liked it though.
Nice. Thank you for sharing, Charan.
Um, I feel like even though we're reading the same thing and I'm not reading anything new, each time I read it, I'm learning more about Esperanza that I didn't know before.
Yeah. Was there a particular idea that you didn't notice before, but that this time kind of stood out to you?
Um, Not really. I just feel like I'm understanding it more each time I read it.
Yeah, deeper probably. Um, that's good. That's really good. It's put it this way. I don't know how you feel about repeated reads of a particular story, but hopefully, if it's done right, you get to see things that you never thought of before, and you get practice because you're not worried about well learning something new, like a new story. So it keeps things kind of constant, and to keep from getting bored with it, you just apply the new knowledge that you're learning about these um, literary terms. Do you guys, last question, I'll let you go. Do you find it useful that we're learning these terms like two at a time and then actually using them to unravel the story a little bit? Is that helpful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. You'll find that by the end of this, like if we end up learning 12, 16, 20 terms here in 6 weeks, you're going to feel so much, you're going to be so much more uh, equipped. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and
You
I
too.
welcome you to join on Friday if you need to, if you want to work on stuff, or if you have other questions about other stuff that you may be working on in summer, you're more than welcome to. It's not mandatory, never, right? So it's going to be the same link. Okay.
Yes.
Have a terrific day.
You
Thanks
too.
for your hard work. All right.
Mhm.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.